Hello there. I'm Daniel, aka Stnook from Stnook's Retrowind, and I'm so happy to be here to talk to you about Christmases of yesteryears. So I cannot wait to get on that sleigh and take a ride down memory lane. So come on and let's go. Thumbing through the pages of Sears Wish Book, looking for the hot toys of the season, and all the video games that it comes with, waiting for the local radio station to start playing Christmas music 24/7. That way you got something to listen to on your way to the mall, to head to KB Toys to get your Christmas list. That way you got something to tell the weird guy in the red suit that's at the mall what you want for Christmas. And you kind of hope that he doesn't ask you if you've been bad because you don't really want to tell him the truth just in case he is the real Santa. And after you get done at the mall, you try to beg your parents to take you to Toys R Us just in case that you see something else that you want to add to your Christmas list. The Christmases of the past, sadly, it will never be the same due to online shopping, scalpers, and having the internet spoiling all the fun. But that doesn't mean that we can't make our own traditions and have magic still. But, so for this, we're going to go take a look back at my old Christmases and tell you some of my favorite things. Some of my favorite memories was going to the theater and seeing the new Christmas movie of the year. The 80s and 90s definitely had its fair share of classics. Christmas Vacation, the Home Alone series, the Santa Claus, Ernest Saves Christmas, and The Christmas Story, which was released in 1983. Granted, it's not my favorite Christmas movie of all time, but it has created a tradition, and a tradition for a lot of people in the households. The 24-hour marathon of Little Ralphie and the Christmas Time Mishaps started back in 1997 on the TNT network. And still to this day, I fall asleep to the movie on Christmas Eve, and some of my favorite memories of Christmas is waking up and seeing the several parts throughout the night. So it's hard to believe that this has been going on for so many years. But as I stated, Christmas Story is not my favorite Christmas movie. My favorite Christmas movie is one I've watched every year since it's been released, if not multiple times. One that's now became a tradition with me and my friends that we get together and watch it. No, this one stars a 90s action hero who is transformed into a dad who constantly disappoints the little Darth Vader. And in order to try to make up for all this stuff, he tries to look for the hot toy of the season. And yeah, I'm talking about Turbo Man. Of course, it's Jingle All the Way. Released in 1996, the movie had Arnold battling it out with everyone's favorite genie, Sinbad, who both wanted to give their kids a good Christmas, but caught themselves in the midst of a hottest selling toy of the year. Stacked full of quotable lines, scandalous neighbors, and Christmas fun, to me, Jingle All the Way is a perfect Christmas movie, and it pairs so nicely. Just like milk and cookies with Santa.
Put that cookie down! Now!
The premise of Jingle All the Way is very similar to the war stories that I heard that Dad told me of one Christmas in the 90s. Yeah, the Christmas that 5 teenagers with attitude took over this nation. The show that took over every kid's imagination. The one show that provided all the boys their first crush. The mighty Morphin Power Rangers took over Christmas of 1993 and sent parents into a frenzy as they entered the battlefields and created bloodbaths in the middle of the toys aisles. Well, maybe that part's just a little bit of a stretch. But the constant search for the Rangers with disappointing flowers filling the aisles stating Bandai is doing their best to produce the toys to meet demand. And that was pretty successful, but it was a very long drawn out experience with multiple trips to Toys R Us, Walmart, and even Rose's. Yeah, Rose's used to be a pretty major chain back in the day. I couldn't wait to run downstairs Christmas morning to get these figures, to be able to scream, "It's morphin' time!" Fight Rita's evil monsters and have a figure of everyone's first crush, Kimberly, barrel chest and all. It didn't matter that every single figure was the exact same mold, even the ladies, and they all had odd power coins on their chests, and a chromed out belt with a red button. All that mattered was that these had amazing helmets and colors and a crazy amount of articulation for that time. Christmas morning I woke up to a slew of Power Ranger toys. The Megazord, the Dragonzord, Titanus, the Morpher and Blaster Pack, and all the Rangers. But one. And I could tell there was some disappointment, but to me it makes for a story. And so the Rangers looked for the Yellow Ranger for a while. And finally one day we got a phone call from Toys R Us. "We have your Yellow Ranger." So we made our way there to find the Power Rangers for Girls line waiting for us. We left empty-handed again, and the story continued. Until one more visit to Toys R Us provided a fully stocked front of the store of tons of Power Ranger figures. Then, the Yellow Ranger finally got to join the story.
I've got a morph. Saber Tooth Tiger! Yeah!
Memories from Christmas past. Thankfully, a lot of those are captured on film. And no, I'm not talking about the little camera that's in your pocket, that you have 15 different angles of you opening gifts. No, I'm talking about the VHS camcorder. The one where one person gets to be the designated cameraman. Yes. The Magnavox. This guy provided plenty of Christmas memories caught on tape. Many years I came running down the steps to see what Santa brought, with Dad at the bottom of the steps just waiting for me, looking up to see where I was going. To me taking it all in, browsing through all the toys and games on the floor under the tree, or going to the grandparents and sitting around and opening presents with my cousins, while the parents sat around wore out, stressed and exhausted, but happily watching the remainder of Christmas Day play out. And while yes, the video quality is probably not as good as one on your cell phone, and neither is the sound, there's something about watching Christmas on a VHS tape that just provides so many nostalgic and heartwarming memories. And I'm hoping to use this bad boy for some of my Christmases down the road. But that brings us to my favorite Christmas moment. It was 1996, and here we were at Sears and Haynes Mall of Winston-Salem when I walked past a Nintendo video game kiosk. And while I had a Super Nintendo at home, I always stopped to play the game if it was open. But this time the system wasn't the 16-bit Super Nintendo. No, this was unlike anything I've ever seen. Mario standing in front of a 3D castle, looking around. Bright colors, sounds that warm my heart till this day was playing from the kiosk. This looked more like a cartoon than it did a video game. It was a Nintendo 64. I've never even heard of it. Remember, we didn't have the internet in the palm of our hands. I grabbed this awkward controller and quickly caught on to the layout. I explored all outside of the castle, taking it in, swimming in the water. It felt and looked so realistic as all I could think. Graphics could not get any better than this. And I instantly knew what I wanted for Christmas that year. And so did a lot of the other kids too. But I didn't think about that, because I knew the elves were working hard to make the delivery date. All I could think about was swimming in the moat outside the castle, hopping on a jet ski and wave race, waiting for all the adventures the system was about to provide. My dad knew something else I'll never forget. We were at a family gathering probably a couple days before Christmas, and Dad took me to the side and he told me that Santa wasn't going to be able to deliver the N64 on time, but it is coming. Of course I was disappointed, but I tried to hide it. So I woke up on Christmas morning and I ran down the steps like I always do, with no expectation of the Nintendo 64 playing on the TV. I opened the gifts. Mario 64 and Wave Race, the two games I dreamt of playing. I had them, but just nothing to play them on. I told Dad it's okay, and he continued to watch me open the rest of the presents. I was done and ready to play with the toys I got. That's when he spotted a gift in the dining room. He said, "What is this?" I went and grabbed it. Instantly, as the paper came off, the reality of swimming in the moat, backflipping and wall kicking was slowly becoming a reality. There it was, pictured on the box, the Nintendo 64. It had miraculously been delivered on Christmas Eve. I've cherished the system since the moment I've got it, and nothing has ever came close to topping it for me. Sometimes I still just plug it in just to hear the sounds, to take me back to a time of peacefulness and before the stress of adulthood. No, Christmas to me isn't all about presents and memories and nostalgia. No, to me it's all about trying to continue to create experiences, to create memories for myself and for people that I love, for family, to continue traditions from my childhood or create new ones. And I hope this year you have a very magical Christmas, a very loved and happy one. And from my family to yours, Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. And until next time, don't forget to be merry and Retrowind. And now, back to a King's Grant Christmas special.
Yo, Big D.
Howdy, neighbor.
Yeah, the little missus told me that Santa was having some problems.
Yeah, I failed my son. And now he's probably gonna grow up to be a late 30s bald-headed man that still tries to chase his childhood.
Nah, dude, that was gonna happen regardless. Oh, but never fear, big guy. I found an elf from Santa's workshop with a big surprise. Yo, Dicko. I heard my name. Yo, you got that toy?
This toy? Wonderful Super Sentai.
Red Power Ranger?
Speak English much?
Here you go, dude.
How?
Oh, you don't want to know, big guy.
Oh. Thanks, what do I owe you?
Nothing, Big D. He just wanted a bag of socks. He's addicted to socks. It's a thing.
Well, thank you so much, neighbor. I guess I better skedaddle.
No problem, my dude.
Hey, neighbor,
Yeah?
Merry Christmas.
Big D, Merry Christmas to y'all, and give little dude a high five for me, alright?
And Merry Christmas, Dicko. Where did he go?
Oh, I don't know, dude. He's a Houdini, this guy.
I'm alive!
Oh, hey, never mind. He's doing his thing.
Hurrah! I heard my name!
Daddy, that's all.